Okay, so I'm going to go over project 5-6. When you download from SimNet, you're going to download 3 different things. You're going to download your start file, which is your name file. You're going to download the instruction file, and you're going to download this resource bundle. When you download the resource bundle, it's going to come as a zip file. All you do is double click to open it up, open this folder, and there's your file. So I'm going to go ahead and open that right now. And while that's opening, I'm going to come and open my start file as well. See if we can, there it is. Oh, you're going to click that yellow enable editing button. So this is my resource bundle. I'm going to come back and open my start file, which is blank, which probably will freak you out a little bit. What we're going to be doing is copying information from my resource bundle over to my start file. My name file is what I'll call it. So don't freak out that it's blank. That's how it's supposed to be. And right in the instructions, it tells you this file is intentionally blank. So we've opened up our 2 files. So we're going to come right down to number 3. It says to arrange the 2 workbooks to be vertically tiled. So I'm going to come back to my file. To do this, you want to make sure that both of your files are maximized, meaning they're full screen. You're going to come to View, Arrange All, and click on Vertical. And basically what it's doing is tiling your window so that you can see both. That's all it's doing. Number 4 says copy the North worksheet over from your resource bundle to your name file. And then I'll explain the rest of what that means. So to do this, you're going to right down here, because my windows are tiled, I can only see the west one. You're going to open up and click that dot 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 button so you can see all of your worksheets. So I'm going to copy this North worksheet. So I'm going to right click, move our copy. We're going to copy it over to our name file. And I just want it before sheet 1, create a copy. It really doesn't matter where you put it actually. Create a copy is most important because you don't want to move it completely. We just want to copy it and hit OK. So now I've got my information right here. The rest of that question tells you that this is going to be a different color. And the reason for that is because the theme in your name file is different than the theme in your resource file. Themes are the colors, the fonts, and stuff like that. So that's why it looks a little bit different. Step number 5, in our name file, we're going to rename the copied sheet as totals and delete sheet 1. So we're going to double click and open that, or you can right click and click rename. So we're going to name this one totals, and then I'm going to delete sheet 1. So right click, delete. Step number 6, prepare the linked workbook. So in your name, we're going to delete the contents of B6 to B16. So right here, make sure that you're on the right file. That's going to be the trickiest part, is that you're working on the right file. I'm going to select B6 to B16 and hit my delete button. Remember, backspace will only delete that first one. So you want to hit your delete button. Oh, I have to get that back out and redo that. So I'm going to hit delete and it will take everything out. Notice over here, it also put zeros because I have linked B6 in this formula. When I put more information in here, it will update that formula for you. That's the nice thing about Excel, is it automatically updates things as long as you're using a cell reference and not the actual numbers. We're going to delete columns C and D. So right here, C and D, we're going to right click and delete. And then it wants us to edit the label in A3 to say bestsellers all regions. Make sure that you're capitalizing everything and it's spelled correctly, or it will mark you wrong. So right here in B3, or A3, sorry, A3 to F3, bestsellers all regions is what you want to name that. And I like to double check any typing that I do to make sure I've done it correctly and capitalize everything. Change the sheet tab to orange accent 2 and the fill color for cells A1 to F4 to orange accent 2 lighter 60%. So I'm going to come right down to totals and right click. My tab color is orange accent 2. And then I want to select all of these cells, and I'm going to change my fill color, which is on my home tab in the font group, to orange accent 2 lighter 60%. So it's the third one down. And now it looks like my other resource file. Let's see, step number 7, link workbooks with an addition formula. So click cell B6 in your name file, type equal, and then what we're going to do is add the contents of all of the information from your resource file. And then, so to do that, you're going to click on B6 and hit equal. And we're going to come over to our resource file right here in North, and we're going to hit B6. And you have to click it again because you're not. Clicking it once puts you in the file. Clicking it again will actually get that in there. Hit your plus sign. Come to South, B6, plus, East, B6, plus, West, B6, and then you hit enter. You don't hit plus because we're not adding anything else. All you're going to do is hit enter, and it will calculate that all for you. So it added all of the B6s from each of the regions. Step 7 or 8 says close the wherever resource file and don't save. So we're going to make sure again, always double check, make sure you're on the right one. Close, don't save, we don't need to, and maximize your file. Step 9 says edit and copy an external reference formula. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit our formula to change each absolute reference, that's the dollar signs, to a relative reference. And then it says note that the external reference shows the complete path for the source workbook because it is no longer open. So I'll show you what that means. So when I'm in B6, it now shows me the complete path of where I have saved my file that I used to calculate. When it's open, this is going to look a little different, but when I close it, it updates it and shows me the exact file path of where it's going to be. So for this step, what we're doing is we're taking out all of the dollar signs because we don't want it to be an absolute reference, because I'm going to copy down. If I leave the dollar signs in, it will remain the same. It will say B6, B6, B6 all the way down, but we want it to change to B7, B8, B9, and so forth. So that's why we're going through, and there are 4 of them because we have north, south, east, and west. So I'm going to come and just take out those dollar signs, clicking down, and this is kind of tedious. It's kind of annoying we have to do this, but that's all right. And there's my last one. So make sure you get all of the regions, and then what you're going to do is hit enter. Oops, that's not, oh, it's because I was clicking on that. The name number is the same, but when I copy it down, which is my next step, it will now change it all to B7, B8, and so forth. So copy that down. Oh, where is this? Hold on, let's see, I messed something up here. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try this again. So let me open up my resource bundle. I think I clicked on something that I wasn't supposed to, so let's try this again. I'm so sorry about that. But now you get to see how to do it twice in a row, right? So let's tile our windows right here. All right, so I'm in B6. Let's make sure we're going to start on north. I'm going to hit equal, B6 here, plus south, B6 plus east, B6 plus west, B6, enter. Okay, now I can close this one and maximize. And now I'm going to come up and again take out all of the dollar signs. There was north and south, east, and west. And hit enter. Now, if I put my mouse in the bottom right corner, it turns to the black sign, black plus sign, click and drag down. Now it worked. Sorry about that. Alright, so that was step 9C, copy the formula down the column. Step number 10, we're going to insert a hyperlink to open the source workbook. So I'm going to be in cell G3 and I'm going to create a hyperlink named open source data that's going to reference back to our resource bundle or our resource file. So what I'm going to do is come right here to G3, right click. We're going to link, insert our link. We're going to name it open source, and I forget exactly, open source data is what we want to name it. And then we're going to reference it or link it back to our resource bundle and hit OK. And then the next step is we're going to change the link, like right click on the hyperlink and format its text to orange accent 2. So I'm going to right click here. I'm actually going to format cells, font, change it to orange accent 2, and hit OK. And then it says to test it, you just click there and it will open up your resource file. And I hit OK because it's saying, are you sure? And there's my link to my file. Step number 11, insert a smart art graphic. So we're going to insert a basic process. I'm actually going to stop this video because I am running out of time. I'm only allotted so much time. So I will create another video and pick up step 11 to the end.